Okay, so we're back. We got our Okay, so try this again. Okay, stream health, video output low. I wonder what's going on here. So I'm just going to check this stream health before I go any further into this. I keep getting knocked off a line. Okay, it says stream resumed. I wonder what's going on. I guess it's an internet thing. Anyway, stream, what the Okay, I'm back. I don't know if I'm getting there's any interruptions. I'm on the dashboard, whatever the hell it's called, and it keeps telling me the stream stopped. So anybody watching can give me some feedback. I'll turn these headphones off, damn it. Before I get started on this subject, make sure I'm streaming. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So on the way home, I'm out on the highway and I'm behind somebody. I'm in the left lane. And just ever happen to me all the time, where behind somebody you're going a few miles under the speed limit and you want to go around them. So I'm passing on the right, and I'm still like next to the car. I haven't overtaken it yet, and I look down at the speedometer. I'm doing like 85 now. So it says I'm offline again. What the hell's going on with this? Okay, so it says I'm back in there. Video output low. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering. Okay, you're going to experience buffering. Well, that's better than being shut down every half a minute. So, okay. So let me get to what we came here to do. I just wanted to pay attention to this thing. Okay, so we're going to switch over to our subject du jour. Healthline says, this is on the Cauldron Pool. Healthline says, using the medical term vagina is not gender-inclusive language. Uses front hole instead. It's imperative for safe sex guides to become more inclusive of LGBTQIA and non-binary people, the guide states. And this is the guide they're talking about right here. And look at that, they got an ad for AOL.com. Didn't know they were still around. How about that? Okay, so there's... looks like a man wearing lipstick, hiding behind leaves. Let's see if this is showing up. Yep. Okay. Healthline has claimed health disparities and higher rates of HIV and STIs observed in LGBTQIA communities are due to discrimination in the sex ed world. Well, that's troubling. The California-based health information provider has adopted the gender-inclusive term front hole in place of the medical term vagina in their latest LGBTQIA safe sex guide. So this is where I'm not confused. You know, I'm not stupid. Okay, so we're going to switch over here because I need to check our stream health. Oh, look at that. We got a green healthy screen now. So that must mean we're broadcasting. Okay. Oh, geez, it's starting to... All right, well, anyway, I'm not going to make this a short one. If anyone wants to join me in the chat, like, come on live and talk. I'll have to put my headphones back on. Just send a message in there in the chat. Or if you want to just be involved in the chat, let's chat away in the chat. Chat. So while I'm reading this article here, it's going to be hard for me to see that. Let me put it back to the health line says. Ooh. Oh my. Okay. So anyway, I didn't know that. I was starting to say, but then it said we were offline again. Okay. So vagina is a medical term. I need somebody to help me with that. Okay, I'm not a stick in the mud. I'm not an old prune. I'm not, you know, I like having fun. But, like, you know, people don't even, like, refer to, like, that's kind of like an old-fashioned word for vagina, right? we got more fun words for that, don't we? But, so an external sex organ is now a medical term. I don't know. I have to look this up. Is it really a medical term? Like, I have a hand, I'm looking at my hand right now. Is that a medical term for that part of my body? Or is it my part, you know, talking out of my mouth? Is that a medical term? I guess every part of your body could be a medical term, technically, right? Your brain, your feet, your poop chute, right? I mean, they could be medical terms, but vagina, a medical term? So what I'm seeing online and in real life, the more important than online with all the Twitter bots and Twitter people and the Twitter wars, is women are a little taken aback by having their womanhood referred to as a front hole. This is true. A front hole. They're going to use it in place of the medical term vagina. We're allowed to say that, aren't we? Okay, well, I already said it a lot of times, so maybe that's why they kept shutting me down. But the main complaint that I've heard is that it's infantilizing, whatever the term is, you know, making them, it's like, you know, I'm a little girl with a pee hole, you know, like a front hole. Okay, so let me get back to this. Hey, and you know what, like, so this is not, I'm talking about this whole front hole thing, and I think everybody in the world deserves to be treated equally, deserves to be treated correctly, deserves to be treated fairly, deserves to be treated right. You would treat others the way you would want yourself to be treated, and that's good only if you don't want to be abused, right? So, no, so like everybody, nobody should be discriminated against, nobody should be made to feel bad. But unfortunately, we have a term, we have words that describe things, right? And I would say most of people alive would refer to the main, it says I'm disconnected, reconnecting. Oh boy. Ugh. Okay, it says I'm back. I don't know if I was cut off there. Nobody's feedbacking me here. But for a woman, an adult female, her main sexual reproduction organ, only sexual reproduction organ, the vagina. I think just about everybody on the face of the earth calls it that, whatever their native language is. Okay? Like... And the other complaint is that I'm reading about and in person, is that it's as they feel as if they're being, as women, it's a part of them that's being erased, and they feel that it's a trend. Erasure of females is a trend. And this is language. It's intended to be inclusive. But it appears to be excluding 99% of the population, or whatever percent of it, some high percent. Of course, half of them don't have vaginas, but you know what I mean. Okay. So let's get back to this article. For the purpose of this guide, we'll refer to the vagina as the front hole, instead of solely using the medical term vagina. The document explains this is gender-inclusive language that's considerate of the fact that some trans people don't identify with the labels the medical community attaches to their genitals. It's like you're at the morgue. They attach a toe tag to your body, right? No, you know what? Like, nobody, you know, like, I think, like, there's got to be, like, there's got to be some meeting, you know, halfway meeting point. So, instead of trying to change the language for everybody, okay, and make most people feel left out, why don't we talk about, and I don't have the answer, okay? I don't sit around thinking about this every day. Okay, and if I do come up with some kind of suggestion or answer, I'll live stream or make a video about it. So you're trying to be inclusive. I don't want a single person in the world to feel left out. Unfortunately, no matter what you do, somebody's going to feel left out, right? I guess that's why they came up with the participation trophies, right? So everyone can feel like they accomplished something even if they didn't. So the medical community attaches labels to people's genitals. That's scary. For example, some trans and non-binary identified people assigned female at birth. Who's assigning? I want to know who this assigner is. Kind of like George Bush was the decider. I'm the decider. Okay, so assigned female at birth may enjoy being the receptors of penetrative sex, but experience gender dysphoria when that part of their body is referred to using a word that society and professional communities often associate with femaleness. I'm sorry, I'm sounding nitpicky here, but I don't think societies and professional communities often associate, say, a vagina with femaleness. I would say they always associate that with femaleness. And an alternative that's becoming increasingly popular in trans and queer community is front hole. And pardon the imperfect execution of the reading here, because when I do my videos, this is live, when I do my videos, I added out all the mistakes, as you would think I would. Okay, so let's get those commercials out of the way. The document went on to claim lack of representation and anti-LGBTQIA bias in standard safe sex guides stigmatizes certain sexual behaviors and identities and is directly related to higher rates of HIV, STIs reported within LGBTQIA communities. Sorry, I read that slower. I don't want to leave a letter out and offend somebody. Bear with me one moment. I'm going to... I need to switch something over here. Where was that? Okay. All right, we're going back. The guide goes on to suggest it's imperative for safe sex guides to become more inclusive of LGBTQIA and non-binary people and their experiences. This will help address barriers to accessing care and effective educational tools while simultaneously normalizing and acknowledging the true diversity that exists with regard to gender and sexuality. Sorry, ladies, the term vagina is quickly becoming a bigoted word. Oop, we gotta roll that up. Let's take that down. Nobody's chatting. Where's the chat thing? Take that down. Okay. Sorry, ladies, the term vagina is quickly becoming a bigoted word. You bigots. As is often the case with transgender ideology, its greatest impact is on women and girls. Men and women are inherently different. Wow. Didn't know that. And women will pay an especially high price if we continue to pretend otherwise. Well, jolly good. So, there's that guide. Here's a, this is the human rights, what the hell is it? Safe sex for trans bodies. What did you just call me? Can you see this? You know, I got to move this over. If nobody's going to chat, I'm just going to disappear to this thing, okay? All right. So here is the hell was it again? Okay. Whitman Walker Health Human Rights Campaign Foundation, Safer Sex for Trans Bodies. What did you just call me? Okay, so can you see that? Okay, yep. Very good. So they got terms for these medical parts. Dick. We use this word to describe external genitals. Dicks come in all shapes and sizes. Didn't know that. I didn't know that. And can belong to people of all genders. Well, see, you learn something new every day. Front hole. We use now. This is the entry that's getting a lot of contention on the Twitter, Speaking about front holes. Front hole, we use this word to talk about internal genitals, sometimes referred to as a vagina. Sometimes, okay, not always. I mean, we do use, some men use derogatory terms for that little lady part, right? I don't. I say, honey, how's your vagina today? You know, okay, a front hole may self-lubricate depending on age and hormones. Well, ladies, any ladies out there, you having problems with your front hole lubricating? I know your back hole ain't lubricating. That's for sure. You might be making some pretzels out of it, but it ain't lubricating. Strapless. I wonder what a strapless is. We use this word to describe the genitals of trans women who have not had genital strapless or bottom surgery, sometimes referred to as a penis. Okay. I thought we had dick. Dick's the first thing, right? Okay, now here we get down to they actually have a vagina in here. This is great. We use this word to talk about the genitals of trans women. What about women that were born women? See, that's another sticking point that people are getting pissed off. And we know what this guide's about. This guide is talking about trans people. But some of these definitions are rubbing people the wrong way. And I think this is great because, you know what? I mean, other than some confusing front hole verbiage, things like that, and their parts medical part language or whatever you call it, they're talking about getting to know yourself. They're talking about STIs, you know, setting boundaries, consent, safe sex, you know, don't exchange fluids if blah blah blah, wear a glove or a dental dams, whatever they are. So anyway, I was on the Daily Wire researching this here front hole phenomena, and because it's all the rage these days. Everyone's talking about the front hole. The term front hole has been bandied about for a while. Last January, Bustle quoted sex educator Kenneth Cook pontificating language for sex that is coded in anatomy is meant to reinforce a heteronormative, reproductive-based idea of sex. Try saying that fast. The terms people use for their sexual body parts are a large contributor to them feeling comfortable engaging in certain sex acts. So, okay, I'm getting this, I'm hearing this. What you refer to body parts has an effect on sex acts. I'll tell you what, you can call any part of me anything you want. It's not getting to get in the way once that steam train starts rolling, once it heads out the station. I'm telling you. Some trans men don't refer to their genitals with female-coded language, opting for boy hole or front hole. Anyone who promulgates, and I'm looking at you out there, that heteronormative, reproductive-based idea of sex should just shut their pie hole, or else they're just a rectum, or whatever you call it. Well, they got a point there. I don't think they cover rectums here, do they? We need to do some rectal research. I'm going to be shutting down soon, so all those millions of people out there watching at the same time, get your shots in before I close up shop for the day. I'm going to go have something to eat, something very lovely to eat. And I'm going to use a medical term for the food that I'm about to eat. Well, thanks for everyone joining me and listening with your hearing hole and watching with your seeing hole. We're going to... Okay. Anyway, it looks like the stream stopped. So I'm going to end this now and say goodbye. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.